And Dorian, something interesting is we always talk about Dorian as the first mass monster in bodybuilding, and I don't know why, but we grew up listening that you were the first guy to really understand how to manage insulin with growth hormone. Is that
Yeah.
true?
I heard that also.
Yeah, you must have heard it. I don't know why. I can't even remember the first time I heard it. Right?
I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know what everyone else was doing really. I know more when I was in England what people are doing then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I assume if these guys on a amateur level are doing this, then the pros are doing at least this, maybe more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I use growth hormone to diet with, just a small amount to lose body fat in 91. 92 I used some in the off season. I also used in 93. I think 92 and 93
Yes.
I
A
made
big
some good
evolution.
gains
Your big
from
evolution.
Yeah,
growth
big
hormone.
evolution.
Yeah, because at first I was taking a small amount and only on a calorie restricted diet. So I didn't see any gains of
Yeah.
size. When I used it in the off season, I got the size. But I didn't use insulin with it until
Oh.
Milos
Mm.
started using insulin
The insulin guy.
and
Milos,
with NASA. Yeah, and I guess they
Mm.
had a fallout or something like this. So he came to me and he said, "Look, I'm going to tell you about this insulin thing, what I did with NASA, so you can do it." I think it was 95 or 96. And I use it in the off season and I got a bit bigger, a bit heavier.
Mm.
But I realized if you use insulin when you're dieting, I used it just for 1 week. And in 1 week, I can tell.
1 week.
One week I
week
can
only.
tell what's the difference. My body didn't react.
Really?
It wasn't losing the fat. So I never used insulin in the last 14 weeks before a contest. And apparently, due to some information I was reading somewhere, I can't remember where it come from, but it seems that insulin, well, obviously it makes it difficult to lose fat,
Yes.
Yeah.
but particularly in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we see guys now who looks like they're conditioned from the front, but from the back they're full of
Same,
water?
Yes.
Maybe this is it. I don't have all the answers, but maybe this is it. And this is why the guys look softer. Because I never used insulin for a contest. I used it only in the off season to try to gain more size. And did it work? Yes. But I think it's just more like water and glycogen retention. I don't think it's any more muscle. This is my honest opinion. I don't have anything to gain by
Lying out
saying
this,
anything.
right?
You know, I'm just telling my experiences. Somebody else might say, "Oh, insulin was great, and I put a lot of muscle on." For me, it was something I wouldn't do again if I did it all again, because I felt like I gained nothing from it, and I don't think it's good for your health. So what's the point? I think you put on more fat, you get fuller, but you can't get in condition.
Yes.
So you actually used it in the last two years, right? Competing.
96, 97, yeah.
right?
And 97, I started to get distended in the
The,
waist.
the bubble guy.
And this was not happening with growth hormone on its
Right.
own. It was happening with the insulin. And
the
my
insulin.
weight was going up, and you think, "Oh, great, I'm getting bigger, I'm getting heavier," but it's almost like the whole body, everything is getting bigger. So it actually doesn't look that good. You know, it doesn't look that aesthetic.
If you could like name one, what would you attribute your being the first mass monster? Like what you did different that anybody was doing if it wasn't for the insulin?
Everything. Everything. Did anybody else live like me? Did anyone else train like on blood and guts? Every day, every day, not just when the camera's there.
Yeah.
Every day, yeah. Did all the other guys get 10 hours of sleep every day? No.
Mm-hmm.
Is all these things? You can't say this one thing. Oh, I took a Dynabol, and that's the secret. No, it's many things together. You know.
Yeah.
And as I say, this is how I see it. Just using anabolics, I got to about 280 pounds. I don't know in kilos. 280, yeah?
Yes.
It's around 132 kilos.
Yeah, okay.
280 libras?
É.
140 menos 10%. Não, é 128, 127. É. 137 kilos, 130
So I
kilos.
got to like 280, yeah?
Yeah.
Sticking there, yeah? When I used growth hormone for 1 year, I went to 290. I used it the next year, nearly 300. So it was like a limit. It got to a limit, and then when I took the growth hormone, it was able to go to another limit. And I thought when I had the insulin, maybe it's going to go, but not really. I just retain more water. That's what I think, and there's no way to get in my kind of condition if you use an insulin. Can't do it.
Yeah, that's
Dá
true.
pra perceber isso, o confronto dele contra o Nasser, deu pra ver isso nitidamente, né?
Yeah, he said your battle with Nasser, it was clear to see that, what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like
and
conditioning.
97 was my worst year for condition because I had an injury, I had a lot of problems leading, I couldn't train, it was a nightmare. So that was my worst condition. But from the back is, as you can see, totally
Yeah.
different story.
Yes.
So you think the mass monster issue was more about the training, right? The dieting,
It's about the
obviously-
training, it's about the genetics. You know, let's say my British Championship in '88 is not mass monster size,
Yeah.
but compared to the other guys, it was.
It was.
You know, and my physique always had some quality of density, which, if you speak to people who saw me live in person, it doesn't translate into pictures or even video sometimes because it's the density of the muscle makes somebody else standing next to you, even in good condition, look soft
Right.
because they don't have the density of the muscle. Because I trained heavy, for me, very heavy, like 6 reps, 7 reps, 8 reps maximum on the upper body on the heavy stuff. Legs maybe 10 or 12. A lot of guys train 12, 15 reps, more pump. So they get a volume look. But for instance, Flex Wheeler or Paul Dillette that I competed against,
Yeah.
they looked amazing, but next to me they look soft, even if they're in shape, because the density of the muscle was different. So it's a combination of things. I think if you see a guy that trains heavy and you see him on stage, you can point to him. You can see
He
this
has
guy.
a-
He looks powerful.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
looks like he can really move
Like a
some
rock.
weights. Like
Yeah,
a rock.
it's like
yeah.
a rock, yeah.
This is from heavy training. It's not from pumping.
You think this is the problem with the conditioning today? Because we don't see people like
No,
The
because
bodybuilders in the 90s.
the guy that won the classic physique and the Arnold, he was
Chris.
in condition, right?
yeah, a lot.
The girls are in condition, right?
So what's happening?
You tell me. Why can't the guys in the open bodybuilding get in shape? If a woman can get in shape with all the disadvantages that they have, they can do it. Yeah. So it's not that they can't do it; it's that they're aiming for a different look.
Yeah.
All the coaches and all the guys now, they're scared. No, he's going to get too flat. He's going to get too small.
Yes.
When you're a little bit flat, you look better because you show more separation. So let's say you go to the gym now, pose your legs in the mirror, have a good look at your legs. Now go to do 5 sets of leg press and pump your legs up. Does it show the same separation? No, because now it's all bloated and
Yeah.
full of blood. So you can't show the separation. So sometimes a little bit flat, it shows better separation. So I think it's just an ideal that people go for. When I was Mr. Olympia, I was super shredded. So everybody has to think we have to come super shredded.
Yes.
Now the guy who wins is not shredded. He's bigger and fuller, and that's what the judges say. This is the guy. So
Yes,
everybody, so we need to be bigger and fuller then. So I need to diet less. I need to not lose my fullness and my size. So it's not really anyone's fault. It's just the accepted standard. If somebody comes along this year and he's big but is shredded and he wins,
Everybody
whole
next
thing will
year-
turn around,
Right.
yeah.
Agree. Yeah.
it's up to the competitors and ultimately
The
the judges
judges.
what they want to say.
Yeah.
This is the best guy. But they can only pick the best guy out of the guys on stage. So some years, the guy who won Mr. Olympia is shitty.
was
Well, he's the
on
best
stage.
one there, though. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
not so many good guys there, maybe. So the best is going to win, hopefully.